Welcome back. Today we have a special guest joining us, Zeeshan Ijaz, partner at KPMG and an elected council member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Pakistan. With a wealth of expertise in finance and consulting, Zeeshan has built an impressive career rising through the ranks at one of the world's most leading and professional firms. Zeeshan, welcome to this show. Thank you so much for being here today. And just to start, just so we can all get to know you together, can you tell us a bit about your background and how you started your career?
Well, that's something interesting. The part of the world which I come from, generally the preferred professions are engineering, law, or medical. Exactly. So typical to that, my parents wanted me to be a doctor, interestingly. But somehow I couldn't get through, and that's where the flip came. Exactly. And I still remember one of my friend, he wanted to appear for the finance professions entry test at that time. And I also volunteered. He proposed me that, and let's proceed on with that. So we prepared for that, and that's how I got into this profession. And then since then, it's been almost more than 30 years.
Wow, 30 years.
Yeah.
And, speaking of this profession, what motivated you to join KPMG? And, how did your journey unfold into becoming a partner, which is a really great achievement, by the way?
Well, actually, number one point is that KPMG being one of the leading global firms. So this is something, an opportunity for me to be part of that. So effectively, everybody wanted to be part of the big leading firms and obviously the KPMG. So I got the opportunity through and somehow managed to get through. As far as the partnership is concerned, this is something I would say have been in KPMG for almost, you can say, 28 years and have been a partner almost 16 years now. So this is something I believe working in the firm, its culture, and the topmost I would rate is the independence I achieved. Independence I enjoyed there. They gave me the independence and something which kept me motivated to going up the ladder.
What kind of independence? And independence out
independence
of what?
at work, basically. I mean, how to take things forward. There are definitely, you can say, there are protocols to be followed. But as far as what clients, how to take care of that, how to manage that thing, I mean, they don't, my leadership have been there not to get into the nitty-gritties. It's my job to get the things done. And considering the ethical values and all those protocols to be followed, yes, that's there. But in addition to that, I have to achieve the ultimate objective. So that kept me motivated, being part of the firm.
Right, I see. And, we were just talking and you were telling me about how you're from Lahore in Pakistan. You're based here now, right?
No, I'm based in Lahore, Pakistan. I've been moving around quite a lot.
You've been moving, and do you enjoy moving around?
Oh, I love that.
Really?
I really love that.
Oh, that's so interesting.
I mean, I've been telling my colleagues that it's more like I'm based in Lahore, but it's more like past year or so, it's been like visiting Lahore. No, instead of most of the time I'm moving around.
What feels like home to you?
Sorry?
What feels like home to you?
It's wonderful. Wonderful, exactly.
Okay. So for the next question, you're also an elected council member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Pakistan. Can you please share your journey about that?
Well, it's slightly different, a bit challenging, I would say. But the important part I would really like to highlight, it's more related to giving back to the profession, my profession, chartered accountancy, the finance field. So coming to your point that what keeps me motivated, I would say the support I've been getting from my fraternity, my members, that's the point which ultimately keeps me motivated. And the support is ultimately for the betterment of the fraternity and the institute. So we are moving towards the same objective we all intend to do, we want to do, and I believe that's something which have been keeping me motivated to be on the track and doing something for the institute.
I see. And, for everyone who's motivated and
Yeah.
they're trying to do something with their life,
Yeah.
what are the most important qualities for success, not just in your line of work,
Yeah.
but, for people who want to do something with their life? What would you have to say to them?
I would say there are 2, 3 things which needs to be kept in mind.
Yeah.
Number one, the person needs to be very positive mind framed. That's very important because your thought process starts with the thing that how positive you are. If you start thinking negative, generally the outcome is also remote. The positive outcome is also remote. You have some hesitation, you have ifs and buts there. So you need to be very focused and positive, number one. Number two, I believe you need to be solution oriented. In our part of the field, I would say that you need to be going with the mind frame that let's sit and there must be a solution to that. When you work with this mind frame, you ultimately find a solution. And what's written in the law, that's an important part. But how you interpret it, and that feeling has to be there, basically. And apart from that, on the top of it, you need to be ethical. Because all these things combined, your client trusts you. And they trust you as if you are doing their job as your job.
Yeah.
That's the most important part, actually. So I believe these are the 3, 4 things you need to be kept in mind to take things forward.
And I totally agree with you, by the way. But I want to know, what's one of the biggest challenges that you've ever had in your career?
Well, I
When
think
was a
it's
moment that you couldn't be positive?
challenges.
Yeah.
I would say. I think that's my challenge is the same, which perhaps most of the organizations have been following. It's more like I would say team building. That's the challenge I've been. And if you talk about the dynamics of the profession I'm in, and when it takes you to the fact of global mobility, that is a challenge, basically. Especially post-COVID, there have been a lot of movements around in different jurisdictions. So to retain the client and retain the team and building the team, that has been the most challenging part in our profession or in our line of field, actually. So this is something I believe have been there.
Okay, and how do you stay motivated during these tough times and during these challenges?
Well, that's interesting. I believe one thing, it's a thought process.
Yeah.
Okay, how you think about that challenge. Okay, if you think it's a hardship, then it's something, it's a deterrent for you to achieve to the ultimate goal. Okay. On the other hand, if you start thinking about it in a manner that, yes, it's a challenge, but it comes with the opportunity. So I believe those challenges, taking it as a way to the opportunity, that keeps me motivated. So the more the challenge, anything new coming up in life keeps me motivated.
So you look forward to things.
Exactly.
You always find something to
that
look
keep
forward
me motivating
to.
and energetic, I would say.
Okay, and the career that you've had, it's been pretty impressive. But what's a turning point or milestone that shaped your entire career in a really significant way?
I doubt there is any specific milestone or a changing point for me. There have been a lot of changing points, and as I mentioned earlier, that a change keeps me motivated. So I need something to be happening in my life at certain time period to keep me motivated. So, I mean, if I start, my parents wanted me to be a doctor. I wanted to be a doctor. But perhaps that's where I started and came into the profession of finance and business. That's one turning point, you can say. Okay, then throughout the career journey, there have been slight different points where either I have been moving around to taking things to the regional level. That keeps me motivated. Something new coming at the regional level, representing the firm at the regional level. And then lately, you can say, I contested the institute selections 2021. So these are the things, turning points in my life, keeping me motivated and keeping me going forward with the same energy.
And that energy that you're speaking about, it's so interesting because I feel like you'd have really good input for people who want advice on how to maintain a work-life balance. How do you do it, especially with the kind of career that you have? I mean, I study accounting and finance.
Okay.
Yeah, it can be pretty much of a sit in the desk situation.
Yeah.
What advice do you have to people who want advice on that?
Well, to tell you the truth, I seriously disagree with the concept of work-life balance. The reason being, it's practically impossible. Okay, you need to think about it in a different manner, because when we say work-life balance, we try to take the credit of whatever we are doing and whatever routine we are maintaining. Exactly. Actually, it's not the case. You need to go back and think about it in a manner that the credit goes to the people around you, your family, your friends, your colleagues. Ultimately, somebody have to somehow sacrifice something to make you successful. We take credit of work-life balance, but you also contribute something, but everybody contributes something. So I don't know, but there is no thing like work-life balance. Practically, it is something ultimately everybody has to chip in, something to make you possible to go to your ultimate goal. Something. It's a different point of view, but that's what I think.
No, I don't think it's a different point of view. I think you're right in a sense. I think, people who say that they just, they just work 9 to 5, or they just,
exactly.
If you really love the job and you want to put that, that extra step
Correct.
forward,
Correct.
there needs to be more on your part. There always needs to be more on your part.
You need to be smart enough to how to tailor those things. You might be needing, for example, you want to meet the friends at a certain time, okay? And because of your schedule, you are not in a position to meet those friends. Let's think about it. Your clients, what about a scenario, your clients become your friends?
You lost me on that one.
Okay.
I won't lie to you. You lost me
this
on
is an
one-
interesting
on
point.
that
For example, one is your friends.
Yeah.
Okay? And there are others category, which is your clients. Generally, clients are not your friends.
Yeah.
Okay? So what you think, you built up the relationship in a manner that your clients also become your friends. Okay? So and your friends and everybody, you are contributing towards your friends, keeping that relationship, and also at the sideline or during that time, you are discussing the official work also. So same goes for your family and something. So I think it's very
I see what you
different.
mean. Yeah,
It's
I see what
different.
you mean. I think even with clients, in fact, when you're actually a genuine friend with them,
Yeah.
you don't have to go and pitch. They'll come to you.
They come to you.
Exactly.
Exactly. And it's all about trust and comfort. That's very important.
I see. And for my next question, how do you approach leadership and managing teams with such a large organization?
Well, I think when it comes to leadership or even the management team, it's all about the first trait, or the important part should be, you need to be a very good listener. And that's where we lack. We try to speak, we jump up to speak actually. So that's where we should be. We should be a very good listener. And secondly comes, as a leader, you need to lead by example. You have to showcase whatever values you have been propagating. Because ultimately what happens, you need to be there. And thirdly, I believe, when it comes for the team, not only you need to be there for the team, you need to be motivating the team, incentivizing the team. That's important. So when it comes to all those large organizations, it's a very, I would say, tricky proposition. you need to be a boss, you need to be a subordinate, you
Yeah.
need to be a colleague. Exactly. So how you manage all those things, I believe on all those things, the important part is you need to be a good listener. And you need to be a very good person in the sense leading by example.
You know, it's really interesting that you say that because, you know, something that my family always tells me is that if you notice, you know, we have two ears and we have two eyes.
Correct.
And we actually have one mouth.
Yes.
And so, you know, the point of that is that, you know, you're meant to listen more than you actually speak.
Exactly.
So I think, you know, you made a really good point there. And, you know, you've told us all about KPMG and your success there, but, you know, what's actually a specific project or achievement that you're really proud of?
Well, right, I think it's difficult to pinpoint, especially from my perspective.
Yeah.
The reason being, this question should be with the organization, because for me, I had to be there to put my 100%. And frankly speaking, this is something. It's asking a question to a mother, which child you love the most. So effectively, every time I have been trying to contribute, whether it's KPMG or whether it's the institute, my new, I would say,
Yeah.
contribution too. So I think it's something coming from those organizations, whether it's KPMG or the institute, that what are the things they have, Zeeshan Ijaz have done to come up to that level. So I have a different point here, that it should be coming from the organization instead of myself
Yeah.
propagating that I did this, I did this, I did this. Because I did something good,
Humble.
that's why I'm sitting at that status. And for that, there should be a series of things. You have to put in 100%.
Yeah, and you know, just for our final question of the day for everyone, what is advice that you have for young professionals?
Wow.
What's something you can say to a young professional like me?
I think I have a lot.
Go on, tell us.
I believe few things I would like to highlight. Number one, I think there has to be a purpose in the life. Without purpose, you can...
What's your purpose? You never actually said what it is.
Yeah, you are right, exactly.
No, seriously, like what's your specific purpose? Like why do you do everything that you do?
I think I have been doing those things, and purpose changes with as you move on.
What is it now?
It varies actually. As of now, as I rightly pointed out, from the institute perspective, I want to make a difference. Okay, something good for the institute. As far as my organization is concerned, that's KPMG. I believe that's something. I believe something where nobody steps up. I need to step up. Everybody hesitates. I should take the responsibility. I should be there for the organization. Ultimately, so coming from your purpose, that's there. The other part is there has to be proper planning for that purpose. Because we do that, but we somehow diverge ourselves into different things and become negative in the sense, what if we are not going to do that? That should be there, but has to be with the positive intent. That brings me to the third point.
Yeah.
You need to be very much positive on things.
Yeah.
Because positive intent has to be there. Has to be there. Lastly, I believe the passion. If you don't have the passion, you might have a purpose, you might have a planning, you might be positive,
Yeah.
but you won't be achieving your ultimate goal.
But don't you think it's also all discipline? Because listen, for the most part, I am a very passionate person, but
Yeah.
I think that, you know, every single day, giving that more than 100% that you
Correct.
discussed,
Yeah.
that requires discipline.
That requires discipline, and apart from that, the feeling that you enjoy what you are doing. There has to be a motivational factor. It's not necessarily always things like your increments, bonuses, or promotions. It has to be something, some goal, like you want this to be done. If that particular part is done, when you talk about bonus, increments, promotions, that automatically comes in. That's the point. So I believe these have to be there. And another thing I would like to highlight, you need to be persistent. It's not necessarily that you are always going to achieve what you want to achieve, but you don't need to be discouraged by the failures. There has to be something good coming. You need to be learning what was the failure. You need to go back and do the catharsis. That's very important. So I believe these are the 4 or 5 factors needs to be there. Ultimately, when you have the ability to take a responsibility, ability to make a difference, then you have the responsibility to do so.
Exactly.
That's the
Wow.
important part.
Okay, that was really insightful. Thank you so much for coming
No
here
problem.
today, Zeeshan.
Thank you very much for having me
Seriously,
here.
that was a learning experience to hear everything that you had to say. I'm sure everyone feels the same way too. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching, everyone. This is Smashi Business Show, a Smashi Business production under the Augustus Media Podcast Network. Do make sure to follow our newsletter on Smashi TV, and see you tomorrow.